Just one sip. I just want my tongue to touch it.
Okay, that's what most people want.
That was all I needed. Because I really don't want you to cut your hand. Okay.
Just needed to get started.
Just needed a weigh in.
I think that plastic thing coming off would help.
Yep. All right.
Can you cut it off? By the way, there's a big orange stain on the ground. We'll get all those steps of filtration.
Yep, we all feel real good about it. She fits. I guess this is our trial run anyway, right? Or it works better than it has, actually.
It's been a bit of a shift coming back to, I don't want to say reality, but I want to say kind of other people's reality. We had some difficulty re-entering. But as we talked this morning, I think the biggest takeaway is just to bring that peace of mind we had on the island, on the beach, with the waves and the ferry and our friend Jeff, and to bring all that with us wherever we go. So we're in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. We are a half mile from the airport and we're 100% in the flight path. So it's been lots of takeoffs and landings, figuratively and literally, but you are chomping at the bit.
I really wanted to get us to a spot last night that would be protected from a storm, because I have this fixation on getting scared of bad storms coming through. First of all, it wasn't bad. Second of all,
20 minutes of rain.
So ironically, I put us on a hill right under an airport runway. If I was really afraid of tornadoes, it wasn't really the, yeah, anyway, we're on wheels, so we can always move in a bad storm too. But all that to say, we did get cozied up here at this Cracker Barrel by 2 other rigs last night. And once I kind of moved through that uncertainty, it felt really good to be here.
We're gonna have a good day.
Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day. Gonna have a good day.
City vibes, downtown Greensboro. I'm really good at filming, aren't I?
Yeah. What's this, a town of 10,000?
Town of 300,000.
Who'd have thought it?
We're in a big city, guys.
Gonna have a good day. 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 Good morning. It's 20-something degrees.
Can't see it.
It's our last spur of winter for the moment before we head south, and I really haven't minded it, but man, it does make it hard to get out of bed. Oh, I feel like it's a race, like I gotta go run a race when you turn the lights on like that. It's dark outside still.
Very chilly. I'm reminded, we don't do this. We don't do 25-degree nights unplugged.
The oven's worked out great, though. It really has.
It's been okay.
Wanna be a Care Bear, something, 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 Care Bear, something, 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 Care Bear. You can be a Care Bear too. Don't wanna play trombone in the marching. Just wanna be a Care Bear.
nailed it. We are in Fayetteville, North Carolina, parked out behind of the mechanic shop. It's our second day here, trying to figure out some things with Marshy, dealing with a rotor replacement and a braking issue, and we are in good hands with our friend Kurt, but yeah, it's led us to just decisions of what's the next right thing for us, and that's something we have to keep coming home to, because only we can answer that at the end of the day. And there's always going to be choices in life and constant choices of this or that, and I've had so much indecision fatigue lately, but I'd say in the last several days, and especially coming off some really great time with my mom, just has helped me remember to trust in the best, believe the best, and hold room for that best outcome. And I had not been in that mode. I had been waiting for things to fall apart and kind of repeat the cycle they've been in for a few years, coming off this huge, biggest project for us. So I think, yeah, leaving the island and then having some jolt into city mode was tough. And tonight we're doing things for us that we really want to do. For me, it's yoga. For Andrew, it is video editing. There he is. Oops, they saw my light. It's so great. It's so great. There's a reflection in me. It's so great. I promise there's semis.
There's always a little bit of nervousness when we get work done on Marshy, because, well, like most shops, they want you to leave your vehicle and come back and pick it up when it's all done. But you know, it's always a thought of, well, we need to spend the night in our little vehicle. So it actually doesn't turn out to be all that stressful, because there's always a solution of staying somewhere, whether it's the driveway, whether it's in the bay, or if it's nestled in between semis and bucket trucks. I feel like there's a maximum response that you can have to certain things going wrong, but I like the time that Sarah and I gave ourselves to make a decision, because the sky's the limit.
Yeah, so I think the path we took was the least amount of intervention, but the most specific to what was going on with Marshy, to make her feel safe for us in the journey ahead. We didn't get into every single thing we could possibly make better or fix on her, because then she'd be a whole new Marshy. You always have to decide the level of intervention you're comfortable with in life, and through Escher, I learned a lot about just sitting back and just sort of being open to something you didn't see before. And it's never like just this or this, like everything or nothing. Like there's usually something in the middle. So I feel good about what we've chosen to do. Is it the most perfect, rightest decision? Nobody knows, and that's the thing, like nobody knows. Our whole thing is embracing uncertainty again, and just trusting that we made the next right choice, not the most rightest thing ever, because that just doesn't exist.
Who's that?
What do you mean?
It's me, Kevin. I'm watching people this morning out the window. Oh, look at those people. They just finished a big breakfast. I don't know how they're gonna move today and not want to go back to sleep.
Kevin, it's not very nice. Everyone makes their own choices.
Well, some choices are bad choices. I like it here. It's better than that other place we were, with all the broken stuff.
Okay, Kevin, that was the mechanic shop, and yes, there are cars that needed help.
I'm just glad we're out of there and on our way.
Yeah, we are too, Kevin. We are too. Just want to do a big shout out to Cracker Barrel for sponsoring this video. That's a great idea. Then we'd have to tell them that we make our own breakfast. Just egg. not to be confused with egg.
Yeah, so Andrew's on a beautiful run at the river trail right now, and I felt like I had to turn around because my knee was hurting. And it wasn't the kind of pain to run through. I feel well versed enough to know the difference. I tried pretty much everything on the way back, even taking my shoes off. And once I did like 20 feet, it just, or 20 steps really, it was just doing it again. So, tight hip, you know, strained knee, strained foot from jumping on it wrong. Haven't really been on my yoga mat and diligent in my stretches and rolling like Andrew has. And it's a cycle I'm trying to break. Sometimes I don't take care of the things until they become a problem. And, you know, does this parallel Marshy? I don't know. It does and it doesn't. You know, you don't always get to know what thing causes what, and it's not ever just one thing in life. You know, it wasn't with Escher, and 3 days, it'll be 3 years since he departed the earth side. And thinking about that a lot is still challenging for me because there were so many variables, and I put myself in this position where I felt responsible for keeping him alive. And when he died, it was really hard because, you know, all these things we were doing, I believed were keeping him alive. And there's some truth in that, and there's some truth in the fact that there's always things outside of your control, and that is life. That's my greatest work, is surrendering to something bigger, regardless of your beliefs. For me, like, I have to believe that I'm held in some way, and the universe or God or whatever you're wanting to call it, that there is some other force beyond me, because otherwise it's way too much personal fucking responsibility for me. And I think it's too much for anyone to carry as a human.
So we had our auto work done, and disappointed that everything's not just good as gravy and we're just super comfortable and everything, but we did check off a box, which is, you know, when we do apply our brakes, they will stop, so safety concerns are set aside for now. So now it's just like comfort. Like I said, I'm super proud of the decision we made. Today has kind of been a different kind of day of coming off that. Oh, and another thing, when you're in the zone, like compared to a hospital room, when you're in a hospital room, you're given these choices or diagnoses or whatever. That's all you see. It's a big mountain. It's your whole world, and you want to fix that because you can't see around it, literally, to see the rest of life. So a big practice for us is just kind of removing ourselves from those situations so that we can see the rest of life, and remember that this problem is most likely just a piece of things. It's not the whole of existence in that moment. But in that moment, that you can be so absorbed that that's exactly what you think. Like, you got to get through it right there, right then. So I'm really proud of us. It didn't have the reward that I wish that I would have had for making such a grown-up processed decision, but you know, we're still okay. So today was a day of running. That didn't go as planned either. Today was a day also of submitting something on the computer. That didn't go as we thought it would. But man, that is just life. My biggest thing lately is just wanting to take care of ourselves so that we are right, and then the rest will flow. So, you know, maybe some time will give us insight into something we just can't even picture right now. Right now we're taking showers. Let me show you real quick. I boiled some water in our kettle. Take this over here. Got some water in the bag already. So this is kind of like making a moderate, nice temp. I usually take my shower first. Mostly just because I'm the one that sets it up, typically. And Sarah has less of a problem of stepping in my shower water. Sometimes we do it the other way around. But I will go first. I'm going to heat up water while I shower so that by the time I'm done, Our shower will be ready. Peace.
Don't worry, I'm just videoing now at the end.
Yeah, all good.
No pressure.
Great space with it. It's, yeah. It helps when you're
I'll let y'all
playing
talk
with
it out.
Percussionist. You're a percussionist. So Sarah and I just had like some pretty amazing times, both together but separately. And my time specifically was just really special because it involved music and playing drums. And I've met somebody.
It's a tall man.
I've met a tall male friend that I don't know. I think is really special because it's always hard for me to connect with other men. But Kurt is really special in the way that he's a softer human, and I think I mean that as like the biggest compliment because not only is he open and transparent, he's just like, you know, he's a real person. But music was something we dove into today, and when he mentioned last night at the fire pit that he had a drum set and he's kind of been using it lately as like helping him get out some stuff, I was like, yeah, I used to do that. The wailing came today, and so Kurt jumped on guitar and I got to play some drums in a way that I haven't played in a handful of years, so it was really, really special.
While Andrew was having that time with Kurt today, I really appreciated hanging out with his wife Jackie as well as their son. I think me having the same draw for a connection with Jackie as Andrew did with Kurt was a really special thing, and yeah, literally didn't know how long Andrew was gone playing music because I had such a good time conversing and then playing. I liked playing with Thomas the Train and pretending because I don't know, that's also kind of who I am, so. I'm not Thomas the Train, but I like imagination is something important to me. And I love the way they're fostering imagination for their little human. I think that was really cool and inspiring. Yay! South of the border! I missed how cool it was.
Sombrero-shaped building. Your desire to go into any one of these places that has one or less cars at it, it's a little like,
You don't want to go try and pay and climb the tower?
yeah, I just don't know.
I think they could have had a cool place without having south of the border, you know, be the Mexico reference and then personify people with the sombrero. The lights is the cool part, and the animal statues. And the fact that Mimi and Papa and Mom and I ate dinner here. But that was 30 years ago. This is tonight. And tonight, I'm tired thinking about the whole big picture of the world and people and how people are treated, and just thinking about the importance of shared humanity and making sure everything we do is always uplifting that. Are we gonna throw our poop away at south of the border? Yeah, I think so. Hey bud, you're on candid camera. Today marks 3 years since Escher departed Earthside, departed his body. Lots of feelings. We just finished listening to a playlist that was on the TV just the night before he passed away the next morning, and the songs are strangely soothing. They're all about death and letting go, so it's like a strange pre-processing as it was happening. Like the Divine curated these songs on the music channel, and we saved them on the phone and listening to them this morning, and just thinking about Escher and all the great, big, huge life lessons that he taught us and how much love he had to give. So that's it. I'm not yet wearing my Escher shirt today. Andrew is.
He really did teach us a lot. His death taught us a lot, but his life taught us more. And it's just gonna be a forever thing for us to remember Escher, our dog. You know, there's just a lot that he gave our marriage and our partnership and our highs and our lows. Esh bud. Esh bud.
Escher.
Esh bud.
Let's ask the amount of lint I just put in there.
Love you, buddy. New energy coming. There's a new energy, a new feeling coming into our life. We cannot base our expectations about how we will feel tomorrow, or even a few hours from now, on how we feel at this moment. There are no two moments in time alike. We are changing. Our life is changing. At times, things haven't worked out the way we wanted. We had lessons to learn. The future shall not be like the past. The truly difficult times are almost over. The confusion, the most challenging learning experiences, the difficult feelings are about to pass. Do not limit the future by the past.
Say that again.
Do not limit the future by the past.
Gonna have a good day. 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 Have a good